All right, let's finish up this notes here. Actually, just kind of gave you one more practice of this concept before we add another layer. We level up in our algebra computing. So here we go. So we have this situation where we have this cattle. We're using now. See, look, remember this notation in with this 1152, comma 84. Okay, so that means I told you here that it has a mean of 1152. So that's what I wrote for my mean and a standard deviation of 84. Okay, so find the percent of steers. So guess what? I already can tell to myself, oh, guess what? That's doing the percent or the probability or the um, proportion of observations. Remember, percent, probability, proportion of observations, all of those mean I'm going to use my norm CDF. Okay, so the three P's use norm CDF. Okay, so here we go. Find the percent over 1,250 pounds. So the first thing I need to do is recognize that that is my context value x, and my z-score is going to be my x minus the mean over the standard deviation with just z-score of 1.17. And I wanted the area over that. So I'm going to norm CDF that to positive 99. And let's look at our notation. Probability that the z-score is greater than this 1.17, okay, equals 0.121, which is 12.10% or 12.1, yeah, it's 12.1%, okay? All right, let's see what the next question is asking us. Oh, under, so less than 1,200 pounds. So once again, that's my x value. So I know the same mean and I have the same standard deviation, but my x value is now 1,200. So I'm going to z-score x minus the mean over the standard deviation and then go less. Less is to the left, so that's lower to the negative 99 is the lower bound. You see this picture here? Negative 99 is the lower bound, 50.57 is the upper bound. So there we have that. Look at this notation, probability that the z is less than 0.57. See, one of the P's, probability, proportion, percentage. Use the probability notation. Oh, look, between. Remember what we would do for between? We would find both z-scores. So I did that. There's my z-score at negative 1.81. My lower one and my upper one is negative 0.62. So I norm CDF'd between those two to get 0.2325. Okay. And I think this is this the final one? No, I guess we have some more here. Let's see. Oh, here's more cattle problems. Oh, okay. So we kind of start having a little bit different questions here, though. So we still have the same mean and standard deviation, but look, now we're solving for something different. Now we have this situation where we have the highest 10% of weights. So we need to talk about what that means. Okay, so do you remember? Oh, here's what I think in my brain. Oh, percent. Okay, percent is not the z. It's not the z, but I can use the percent to get the z. Percent is not the z. It's not the z. Use the percent to get the z. Use area below as the percent. Okay, so if I have the top 10%, then that's the bottom 90%. So that is inverse norm of the bottom 0.9 is the z at that spot. So there's my z-score. Now I got to do algebra. So z equals, so that's 1.28 equals my x minus the mean over the standard deviation. I'm going to multiply by 84 on both sides. And there's what I get. And then I'm going to add that 1152 over. So I kind of started cutting out some of the work that I was showing just because I'm hoping that by now you're starting to get the feel of it and the hang of it, and this algebra you've gotten down. So it's 1,259 pounds, 0.52. Oh, now find the weight for the lowest 20%. So we're going to go, the lowest 20% is my inverse norm of the area below is the z at that spot. Negative 0.84 is the z-score. Multiply by 84, add that 1152 over, and you get your 1,081 pounds and 44.44. Okay, up now look at this next one, middle. So remember that the middle is between two z-scores, so you're going to end up having to do this two problems, okay? So if I have middle 40%, then what remains between the two edges, outside edges, or the tails, is 60%. And so that must mean there's 30% in each one of those tails. Okay, so then that's what I see what I figured out here. See here, 30% in the bottom tail, 30% in the upper tail. So I did inverse norm of 0.30, and that's how I got this negative 0.52. Well, I can use my brain so that I can do less work. And so I know if it's negative 0.52 here, then the other side is positive 0.52 because of symmetry. So now I just have to do two algebra problems. I'm going to do one of them with negative 0.52 for the z, and one of them with positive 0.52 for the z. And so then I just do my algebra, and then that's what you come up with. All right, I think that that ends up being the end. So we end up with two z-scores and two x values, 1108.32 pounds and 1195.69 pounds. All right, so that was a quick short page, but I'm going to go ahead and stop this video because I like doing the short ones, and plus I'm going to do a lot more mathy stuff where I have to solve equations and use my iPad, which is a lot louder video, but I need to be able to show you the work better. So that's going to be the next page, which will go over the next level of some algebra steps. Okie dokie. Hope you do well on that as well.